Hello and welcome to the OverShadow ShadowCast with your host Thomas Anderson and Tech Wizard.
Me. I thought you were going to say my name there.
I was hoping you would say your name.
Who
are you? What? Who are you?
Who else would it be but me?
I feel like one of those journalists that when the politician won't answer the question, I just want to cut the mic. Just cut their mic. If they're not going to answer the question, just cut it. What is your name?
That was the joke.
What is your name?
It's Abigail.
Second name?
Mawat.
Abigail Mawat.
And Mawat.
So what have you been playing?
Those people pronounce my surname differently.
Yeah, I know. You complain about it all the time.
Mawat.
Move it. You've got to move it.
Movet. I have not been playing anything, as you well know. Because what did I do last week? What did I do?
Maths test.
Yes.
But we haven't got the results.
Well.
We haven't got the results back yet.
No, but it is not looking good because I just went into a blind panic halfway through and...
No, it's not
I did.
looking good. Yeah, you did go into a blind panic, but I went over the answers that you gave. I went over the questions. I'm pretty sure that you've at least passed. So take it as a learning experience. You panicked for no reason and you need to learn to be more comfortable in a test scenario. That's the lesson to learn.
You know what they say? That you should read through it first.
Aye.
I don't think that works for me because...
You panicked about the questions.
Yeah, I read through it and then I started to panic thinking because I wasn't so confident on 2 questions that threw me into a blind panic for the rest of it.
Yeah, you made mistakes that you shouldn't have made.
Yeah. But it's one of those things, like, if you make such a bad mistake, you're never going to forget it.
The thing is, the disappointing thing is that you knew. I reckon if you had calmed down and just done that, you could have got full marks because you knew how to do everything. It's sitting a test that's the problem for you. I think you just need to, as a teacher, I am advising you just calm down and you work on your test technique. You know, your exam technique. Because that's where you're struggling.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, let's move on. So you've not been playing anything. So
no, because I did not feel it was justified me playing a game to reward myself for such a bad job done.
Well, that just ends up building up the stress, to be honest. But anyway, that's just another.
I hardly did
Super Saver card where you're nearly fired for not doing your job.
I didn't do anything yesterday. Well, I mean, I worked on an essay last night.
Aye.
But during the day, I didn't do anything. I felt really bad for it, but I think I just needed that break.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I spoke to you every single day I've been doing work.
Uh-huh.
Like mentally really thinking about stuff and revising stuff and thinking of stuff and doing some practical work as well. And it's just been a bit woof.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not used to this. As a pampered princess, I am not used to this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Which is also mathematical. Way. That way. When I spoke with
the disability people at the university, we were talking about maths, and I said the phrase. I said, "Oh, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent," and I said to him. I said to the guy who was taking the meeting, I said, I'm sorry, that was such a bad joke, and he couldn't stop laughing. He didn't realize I made a joke until I said it, and he was like, oh, tangent.
Yeah, but you didn't laugh
happy.
You didn't laugh at my use of tangent.
No,
that's because extremely selfish.
Okay, I apologize. Let me I will give you a laugh.
You're fired. So now that we've moved past your mathematical arithmetic humour,
Can I say your energy level went from being quite high as soon as you said, "I've not been feeling well." I've not been feeling well.
I'm not doing well. You need to go on without me. Go
like,
on. Live.
you know,
Oh.
when somebody like phones up sick for work, but like phones you up and like, oh, I'm really, and like halfway through the phone call they forget. That's what it sounded like.
I'm trying to fake a
but you-
Wilhelm scream. Ow! Ow! Ow!
It's almost like the Goofy whale.
Go on without me. I've got a splinter.
That's not the Goofy whale.
I'm disabled. How are you disabled? I chipped a nail.
Was that a commentary on women, was it?
No, I was desperately trying to think of an injury that's not actually that important.
Splinter.
I'd already used that. Thanks for
A
listening.
paper cut.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I need a blood transplant. Oh, the blood loss. The pain is so blinding. I can't see. I can't feel my legs. What happened? I got paper cut. I can't feel my legs. Oh, where's my mummy?
Where's the paper cut? On my finger, but I still can't feel my legs.
I've got blind from the paper cut.
Right, what have you been playing? Because I think that I may have created a monster here. So let's try and get back on track.
Okay, so I completed Rise and Shine before it comes off Game Pass. Been wanting to play that for years. It looked really, really good. It was disappointing. And I played Halo 5 multiplayer because I haven't played it in a while and really wanted to get back to it. And it was
The coffee hit. The coffee hit and the coffee left. All within the space of 30 seconds.
I don't drink coffee.
I know, but that's what it sounded like.
So Rise and Shine it's a game which basically it's an old sort of like 2D side scroll, 2.5D side. Well, no, it's 2D. You can't go into the half, and you basically have a gun. It's a magic gun, and you pull left trigger to get the aiming sights up, and then you pull right trigger to shoot, and you just shoot until you reload. Bum, 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 bum. So it's a wee bit almost like kind of like the sort of old Contra-esque style where you're running side to side in a 2D area shooting. You can't shoot while jumping because you have to use the gun to jump because you shoot and it throws you in the air. That's how you get the double jump as well. But it's a magic gun called Shine and it gives you infinite respawns, and that's because you're on the planet Game Earth and your character is called Rise, and it's populated by game characters. So the very first thing you see in the game is the Ultimate Warrior get killed while fighting a space grunt, who are the bad guys, and the Ultimate Warrior is Link from Zelda games. So it's all based in like making fun of games and game lore and game characters. It's all a little bit like a parody spoof on that, yeah? Basically, I remember seeing a couple of people play through the first little bit of it and thinking, oh, that's quite interesting. It's quite a small game. It's quite short. It's only like 15 chapters. You could do it in a few hours or a couple of hours or whatever. And I thought it'd be quite fun because it'd be sort of like making fun of gaming stereotypes and stuff like that. And there's different characters in it, and you're like, "Hey, oh right, this is actually just surface level stuff. There's no depth to it at all. It's just surface level. Most of the game is gameplay. There's a wee bit of a story, but it's just a vehicle for gameplay, and it's fun to play. They do really tap into a couple of things, but they don't take it far enough for me. It's just surface level, like, oh, this is a bit weird. Nobody digs into it, and I've seen this sort of like fourth wall breaking meta humour in games before, which were much better and just threw it in as a laugh on top of the game, especially in RPGs. It's just not necessary. The game itself is sort of unnecessary. It just doesn't really add anything. I like the gameplay mechanics are interesting, although there's a few weaknesses with it because it's a small team, but it's just like, play it for sure. If you've got nothing else to do, I'd recommend playing it. It's fun for the few hours that you play it, but it's not worth going back and revisiting it or anything like that. It's just a bit of a distraction for a little while. It's not as fun as I thought it was going to be, and that's why I'm disappointed, because the beginning looked so much fun and then they just don't tap into anything they line up really, so it's just disappointing. But
well,
the actual gameplay was fun, and some of the stuff they do is fun, and I just felt that they could have scratched a little bit more and made it a little bit more. I know it's a small team, but they could have scratched the surface a bit more.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so So it was disappointing because I expected a lot. If you don't expect anything going in, I'm sure it's absolutely brilliant. But I expected a lot, so I don't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have, or thought I was going to. Sorry. So
Yeah.
Anyway. And Halo 5 multiplayer, I've just been going back into it because I've played it for a wee while, and I decided to try. And the war zones are still going well. It seems to be running okay. You can get games on that. But I seem to be struggling to get games on some of the other game types, although that might just have been a connection issue that I was having because it didn't seem to let me join any game. So I haven't gone back and tried, but it might have been just a low player count.
Yeah.
But, because like adding Reach to the MCC will have moved a couple of Halo players to a different game. Like there's 2 Halo games running online multiplayer concurrently, like trying to be the most important Halo game to play at the same time. So it's a bit interesting that. I also heard that I'm still having fun with it though, I just wanted to say that, but
Awesome.
I also heard that Halo 5 will not be getting a graphics remastering or reimagining or like upgrade for the Xbox Series X/S. It will be getting faster load times, and that's it.
All right.
Which sounds a lot like it.
Interesting.
It means it sounds like you'll be able to play it on the new consoles.
That's awesome.
Which is good. And I don't really care about a graphics upgrade that much, to be honest. It would be ridiculous for them to delay Halo Infinite for a year and then put time into upgrading Halo 5's graphics.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Do it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After.
Yep. I think that's it. I mean, like, I've continued a wee bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I've continued a wee bit of like BattleTech that I was playing. But to be honest, I've just been dipping into them to see, just basically to remind myself where I was, or do some of the more boring quests in The Old Republic, because there's still a couple that are a wee bit tedious. But no, I've just been dipping in and out. I've been mostly playing Halo, and I finished Rise and Shine, which I'm very happy with, and that's it.
Okay.
Did also see that Rainbow Six Siege has been added to the remind and tell me if I'm too close to the mic or if I'm sounding weird, by the way, because I won't be able to hear it. But Rainbow Six Siege has been added to the Game Pass, the deluxe edition, so we can
maybe we
play
should
that.
have a go at that.
Yeah, we can play that more often than just waiting for the free weekends.
Yeah, but there may be free weekends for Xbox, but the question is, will Abigail have a free weekend?
Well, when's your
I finish the
like
university
I teach till
stuff
a couple of days before Christmas, but my master's course is basically done at the beginning of December, like the first week of December.
That's when my university stuff stops, but the college stuff still keeps going till the few days before Christmas.
Right, so both of our workloads get a bit lighter, but we've still got a couple of weeks over Christmas.
I'm also going to have to be looking for part-time jobs, remember, over the Christmas period. So I'm still hoping I get a job at a bookshop or something like that. I quite like bookshops.
The point is that
it's not going to be as intense.
Yes. Homework is a big time sink.
Yeah, it is. No, it genuinely is.
And
because
revision.
I had this foolish notion that if I scheduled it in all, I'd be able to get it done with a lot of free time. And I severely underestimated I actually overestimated my ability.
Yes, I think you've overestimated how quickly certain things can be done. Because if you say, how quickly can you write 1,000 words? Well, I could probably write 1,000 words in half an hour. But if you ask me to write 1,000 words on a particular topic at a certain quality, talking about a certain subject within that topic, we're
talking about an essay I have to do.
Yeah, so basically I then have to go and do research to have all that information at hand.
Yeah.
So,
but luckily most of the research was already done prior, because it's utilizing things we've already done so far. So it's really about selecting what's the right thing to use.
Yes. I was just thinking there, sorry, we should actually play some GTA Online and Payday 2 with Bampot Bandit.
Yes.
Because I think you'd enjoy that.
I think what I need to do is I need to stop working so late into the night, because there are days where literally I get up And I get on my computer at 9 o'clock in the morning, and there's some nights where I'm not getting off it till 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, well, you see, that's like when I went to university, there's some bad stuff happened, and I was working from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But that's not, I can't work like that. And I think that
humans can't work like that.
No. So I think I need to structure my time.
But when you said
better.
late at night, I expected it to be like 1.
No, I can't. I physically wouldn't be able to do that.
Hmm.
I would be falling asleep at my computer. Computer.
Say Santa.
Santa.
Yeah, you say Santa. Or Santa. The Americans say Santa.
Or Mr. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Santa.
Jolly old thing.
Right, shall we move on to the stories? Because you're sounding a little delirious.
St. Nicholas. Chris Kringle.
So.
Sorry, American accents. I know. I watched a video on YouTube, about Americans trying haggis, and I wanted to punch them all in the face.
Send it to me.
Yeah, if I find it again, I might just not. But anyway, stories, you go.
So for years and years, there have been attempt after attempt to bring the story of Nathan Drake to the big screen. If that name rings a bell, it's because he is the main protagonist in the Uncharted games, a story about a treasure hunter. Well,
easy now. Treasure hunter's a little pejorative. Is it pejorative or pejorative? Pejorative. A little negative.
Is it negative? It's treasure hunter.
I would go
Indiana Jones.
Yes, he's more of an archaeologist treasure hunter than just a treasure hunter. He's trying to make a bit of money out of it, but I don't think he's interested in, like, the bad guy in the first Indiana Jones movie, who's just been basically hired by the Nazis to find everything. It's not quite like that.
No. Can I continue?
I've played the first 2, so he's a bit more of a positive character than the description treasure hunter gives by itself, is all I'm saying. He's a bit more positive.
May I continue?
You may begin you late to commencify.
So, this week, we have finally been privy to a still of a young Nathan Drake being portrayed by Tom Holland of the Spider-Man fame. I don't know why I said the Spider-Man. I've not even put the in that sentence.
The Spider-Man fame.
So it seems as though the movie is finally being moved ahead. Now, ultimately, this does seem to be as though it's going to be a prequel due to the fact that Tom Holland is roughly around 10 years younger than Drake is in the first Uncharted game, and the movie is set to have a 2021 release date. I just thought that was a fun little story.
Yeah, they did a short movie with Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake, and I think he would be a better actor for it. I know that Tom Holland's about 26 or 7 or something like that.
24.
Right, and Nathan Fillion is like 49, but I reckon he'd be a much better Nathan Drake.
Yeah, well, I think this is, like I said, this is a prequel.
Well, in that case, then they should have one set later on and have Nathan Fillion do it.
A prequel to the games.
Yes, I know. They should have one set later on in Nathan Drake's timeline and have Nathan Fillion do it. Because he fits that sort of like hero/sarcastic person a bit better.
I thought you were talking about having Nathan Fillion play him in a prequel.
No.
So I was like, no, that brain no work.
No, that wouldn't make sense. Well, you could have him in a prequel if it was set a month or 2 before the first game, but you couldn't have him in a prequel set 10 years before it because he'd be about 12.
Yeah.
But the point is, you could definitely have him act later on in the life. Tom Holland's, a lot of people that I know have been, like, they've on Facebook posted messages under, like, the posted stills. Just like, this doesn't make sense.
Well, I think we need to watch it before you can judge it.
No, like just looking at Tom Holland would have to be... He'd have to play the kind of character I don't think we've seen him play. And if he doesn't have the range yet, it's just that after having had that like small movie made with Nathan Fillion, who played it so well, I reckon if this doesn't work, people are going to say, why did they do this and not keep, not take on the idea created with the Nathan Fillion? Like, because that's my takeaway. They've got rid of what probably my favourite actor and replaced it with this guy. And if it doesn't work, it's just going to upset me. So he's fighting uphill.
Well,
if it works, fine, great, fantastic. But they're fighting uphill. It's like if you replaced Kevin Conroy in the Batman games. They did that in the third one, and it worked because they got a really, really good voice actor in with lots of experience.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is, as you pointed out, 24.
Watch it before you judge it. I had to sit through the remake of The Secret Garden before I could judge that, even though I knew exactly what I was going to think of it. And I was proved right. It is horrible.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one with Colin Firth?
Yeah.
Right, I'll tell people not to watch that then.
No, you can. Well, you can. It's different because if you watch the original 1993 or is it 1998, I can't remember when that beautiful movie was made, because it is a beautiful movie. I thought it was incredibly well acted. I thought that the girl who played Marion Lennox played it to a beat. I've never read the book, but in terms of what I think of a spoiled child, that is what I see. That's what I think of. And also, the book, I believe, is set in 1901. For some bizarre reason, they set this in like 1947, which kind of totally changes the vibe.
There's actually been quite a few.
Well, I'm talking about like the proper one, like the big blockbuster one.
Okay, so they filmed one in 1919.
The one with Maggie Smith.
Here's the thing. Smith. MGM filmed one in 1949. You can't call that.
Right, I'm talking about the one with Maggie Smith as. Oh, I'm blanking on her name. The housekeeper person, Mrs. Medlock.
Mrs. Medlock. Ooh, messages. That was 1993.
Yeah, that's literally one of my most favorite movies, and everything about it is gorgeous. The way it's shot, the way it's acted. Maggie Smith is amazing in that movie. Everybody's amazing in that movie.
It didn't make a lot of money, I don't think. It was only released in 3 countries.
I don't care, it was still beautiful.
Fair enough.
It's a lot better than this one. That's for darn sure.
For darn sure. Ooh, getting close there.
Sure.
I'm very close to the sweary times, ladies and gentlemen. I can feel it boiling up inside me.
Well, I mean, this Mary's a tomboy. She's not.
Can I just make a quick point here? Just a quick wee point. We were talking about Uncharted.
Sorry.
So can we just agree that you don't like the 4th adaptation of The Secret Garden?
Yes.
And then we'll move on.
I would also recommend A Little Princess. That is a beautiful movie as well, and it's very sad.
I recommend Nathan Fillion because I really liked him in Firefly and then in Castle, and I like The Rookie, even though I don't think it's as good as either of those two. I think he's great in it. And he did do the Uncharted mini, which I thought was really good.
I will continue with the stories.
Yep, well, one last story to go.
Left. So, Among Us has become the most played and talked about game of 2020. Well, it has, at least in the last month or so.
Have you seen any of it?
I have. I've seen a little bit of it.
Oh, don't do...
What? I've seen like literally about 5 minutes of it.
Okay. So I was just reading further down the story, so I'm interested to see where you take this. Go.
So it has become one of the most liked games of 2020, much like the Untitled Goose Game was of 2019.
Are you sure about that? Because I think the person who spoke most about that in the whole planet was you.
Everybody on YouTube played it. It has been enjoyed by players and by the gaming YouTube community, with the multiplayer base engaging us to stay in touch with our friends.
Okay, I'm just going to say Among Us is far bigger than Goose Game. Far bigger.
Shut up. Talking about... Oh, never mind. It seems...
Sounds like you actually were angry at me.
I'm not angry at you. I don't know how else to go over that.
With what?
I don't know. I'm very tired.
I
It
think we'll
seems
just say that Among Us has become one of the most talked about games of 2020, much like Untitled Goose Game was of 2019 with Abigail.
it was a big hit. Everybody on YouTube was playing it.
For about 5 minutes.
No, for like weeks and weeks and weeks.
Okay.
Okay?
I
And
would have
people have
gone
been.
more like Among Us has become something like Fortnite or
Can I
Apex
continue with my
Legends or
story?
PUBG.
Can I continue with my story now?
Yeah.
It seems also now to be starting to be enjoyed by a specific hacker. The hacker was spamming players, telling them to to subscribe to their YouTube channel, and if they didn't, they would kill their device.
Boo.
They were also spamming with a lot of pro-Trump propaganda as well.
Double
There is
boo.
there is speculation that the hack started due to a tweet from Democrat Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, or also known as AOC, who spoke about playing with the game. Who spoke about playing the game with members of the public. She tweeted about it. This would explain the pro-Trump propaganda. However, this could also just be someone who purely wants to spoil the fun of so many. The hacker in question has also said they have now recruited dozens of fellow hackers to help them destroy the fun of many other players. Now, Inner Sloth, who are the makers of Among Us, have been doing all they can to combat the hackers with anti-hacks. Inner Sloth have also asked players only to play in private games and with people they trust to stop the games being spammed or worse, happening with their devices. The hacker was identified, or at least going by a pseudonym, but I'm not going to name them here.
Don't pseudonymize them.
Yeah, so basically, like I say, somebody was starting to spam people, but this really only happened after AOC tweeted about it.
Okay, so I'm going to explain my boos if that's okay, right?
Yes.
Hacking somebody's game, boo. Right, don't do that. Just let them have fun. One of the reasons this game has become so popular is because... Did the cables come back for a round 2?
No, I knocked my microphone off my table.
Really?
Yeah, because I pulled the microphone. I pulled the cable by mistake. I moved my arm and the thing fell on me.
Oh, it fell on you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do a quick mic test so we can see how loud you are.
Yo, yo, yo. I can't speak that loudly, okay? This is how loudly I'm going to speak.
That's alright then. Okay, so boo,
Just-
don't hack the games. One of the reasons it's become so popular is because it helps people with the quarantine and isolation and social distancing and all that. It allows people to basically be together when they're not. So go away and leave them alone. Secondly, don't kill the devices. That's just pathetic and a crime. And thirdly, it's not about it being pro-Trump propaganda that upset me necessarily. I wouldn't tell anybody that they're not allowed to support what they support. But what I would say is, so when somebody's playing a wee game, don't just go spamming them with propaganda. Leave them alone. That'd be like somebody coming running up to my window and just sticking loads of stickers to the front, telling me to vote for the Tories or something like that. Just leave me alone. I'm watching the TV. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's not an appropriate way to advertise or to get your point across, and it's not an appropriate format for debate. So just stop it. Leave them alone and let them do what they're doing.
Exactly.
Boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo.
Yes, many boos, many boos.
Much booze.
Many, much booze. Not booze as in to drink, but booze as in booze.
Booze as in from Super Mario.
Is that not Bowser?
No, they've also got booze. Which are,
Oh, the ghosty things.
yes. That if you look at them, stop moving, but if you look away, they come after you.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, I have to admit that I have watched quite a few Among Us streams from people that I enjoy watching streams from.
I've only watched
yeah.
I've only watched a few. I understand that it's like a saboteur game.
I actually sent you a link to one and you haven't watched it.
No, because I have been busy.
But you took an afternoon off.
but I wasn't in the house. I had to go
What?
grocery shopping. I went grocery shopping, then I went to a garden center.
Evil.
And today I had to go and get stuff for my studying. Loads of folders. They're really good folders. They were quite cheap as well.
So now you're a zombie plague victim.
I don't understand that. Oh, right. No, I understand it now. No, I was very good. They were all wrapped in plastic, so that was fine.
Right. Yes, I very much like Among Us, actually. If I had a group of people who were able to play it, I would play that game. It looks like a heck of a lot of fun.
It does. But I'm afraid that is all we have for you today.
Yeah. Oh.
I woke myself up snoring this morning. You know when you snore, it's halfway through a snore and you just wake yourself up.
No, I don't. Because I don't snore loudly enough to kill a small child.
Apparently, I sound like a baby bear. My sister's told me I sound like a baby bear, but when she walks past my room, all she hears is like a. Not even that. It's. But it was so loud it woke me up.
I don't know if I snore or not.
I don't think you would.
Why?
I think that you, in my opinion, you probably sleep like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, like arms folded over.
Why does everybody always call me Sheldon? Everyone.
Because you are Sheldon. You are Sheldon.
I can't be Sheldon. Sheldon's an imaginary character and I'm a real boy.
Are you though? Or are you just a figment of my imagination? Do I just sit here talking to myself? Do I put on voices?
If I was a figment of anybody's imagination, then logically it would be my parents.
Yes.
Because I have a whole life and they're the only ones that have been there through all of it. So
We're getting into a weird realm now. I think we need to pull back. Sheldon.
No.
You are Sheldon.
You're telling me that I can't cross the line and I'm telling you I don't even know there is a line.
I see your line and I choose to
Think
ignore
outside
it.
the box. I'm so far outside the box. I'm the only one who knows there's a box. The rest of you only know there's a box because I told you there's a box because I'm so far outside the box.
So we hope you've enjoyed what you've heard today. If you have, you can subscribe to our channel. You can hit the like button, the share button, notification button for when we upload. You can find us on Facebook at OverShadow.ShadowCast, and you can email us at overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com, and you can also leave a comment down in the box bottom below. Let us know what you think about this.
Don't leave it outside the box because we'll never find it. You have to put it in the box.
If there's anything you guys would like us to talk about, please leave that in the comment or email us.
The box.
Or just let us know what you think about this. If Tommy's gone nuts.
The box.
So all I've got to say is thank you guys so much for listening today. And
you said that you hoped that they enjoyed it, if they enjoyed listening. And if they did, they can leave a like.
Tommy's now gone nuts. Right. Okay, I'm going to say goodnight. Sorry, goodbye.
Lasagna.
Oh, we should not record this at night. I get too tired.
Bye-bye, Cheryl.
Farewell.
Bye-bye, Cheryl. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right. See you guys. Bye.